I found out from TMZ literally 2 hours ago that I have been subpoenaed. I'm not crying, you're crying. You were a bad person. Truly, that was that from the bottom of my heart. I think you and Ryan are bad people. There is nobody involved. Nobody has ever been involved in making me Hilton and me were subpoenaed. And then the ... working with Baldoni. That's what it is, a fishing expedition because she wants to know now who's talking trash about her. Wake up, sweetheart. It's everyone. Everyone dislikes. Tell me, okay, my lawyer, oh, you're not involved in this lawsuit. Haha, joke's on you, Noah. Joke's on you, because now you've got to read by subpoena and figure out what happens next. I mean, this is crazy times, you guys. It's like we're living in a simulation. Owens and Andy Senior have all been subpoenaed to turn over any and all communications with Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer parties. Earlier this month, allowing Blake to take discovery in order to uncover the alleged lengths, if any, that Baldoni's side may have gone to in working with notable
Blake Lively's carefully constructed image as Hollywood's golden girl is unraveling in spectacular fashion, and the internet is reveling in every messy moment. The actress who once seemed untouchable has become a cautionary tale about the dangers of celebrity ego and tone-deaf privilege. It all started with what should have been a routine PR crisis, some negative press, a few unflattering memes, the kind of thing most stars weather with a well-timed Instagram post. But Blake chose nuclear option, a lawsuit alleging a vast conspiracy to destroy her reputation. This decision would prove to be her undoing. The first cracks appeared when TMZ broke news that Blake had subpoenaed conservative firebrand Candace Owens as part of her legal battle. The move raised eyebrows across the entertainment industry. Why was America's sweetheart targeting political commentators? But the real scandal emerged when Owens revealed she'd learned about the subpoena from TMZ before being officially served. This wasn't just a legal strategy. It was a coordinated PR play that had spectacularly backfired. Owens, never one to miss an opportunity, went on the offensive immediately. She aired Blake's legal team's demands in real time, exposing them as shockingly broad and embarrassingly petty. Requests for every mention of Blake going back 5 years. Check demands for communications about her hair care line. Absolutely. Subpoenas for random Reddit users. Of course. The internet collectively gasped at the overreach. Legal experts were quick to point out the fatal flaws in Blake's approach. First Amendment attorneys called it a fishing expedition of epic proportions, while PR professionals winced at the strategic blunder. In trying to silence critics, Blake had instead amplified every negative story she hoped to bury. The Streisand effect was in full force as old videos of her being rude to journalists resurfaced. Blind items about her diva behavior circulated anew, and even minor gossip from years ago found fresh oxygen. The lawsuit that was meant to stop the smears had instead become the ultimate smear against Blake herself.
Owens has any comment on being subpoenaed in the Lively Baldoni case. Thank you for your time. Owens and Senior have all used their sizable digital platforms to discuss case developments, and the trio's commentary has largely hated on Blake's claims, while propping up Baldoni knows for a fact that we are not going to allow her to have access to every text message and email pertaining to her and Ryan Reynolds and Wayfarer Studios because she watched me live.
Meanwhile, Ryan Reynolds' conspicuous silence spoke volumes. The actor who built his brand on being the internet's favorite funny guy had suddenly gone mute. Industry insiders whispered about tensions behind the scenes, with Reynolds' team reportedly furious about the damage to his carefully crafted, relatable dad persona. The couple who had so carefully curated their image as Hollywood's perfect pair now looked like every other out-of-touch celebrity duo trying to bully their critics into submission. The internet's response was predictably brutal, memes mocking. The subpoena for shampoo talk went viral overnight. TikTok deep dives exposed every awkward interview Blake had ever given. Twitter users dug up old receipts and inside jokes about the couple's carefully manufactured image. Even Perez Hilton, himself caught up in the legal mess, couldn't resist piling on. What made the situation particularly damning was how unnecessary it all was. Had Blake simply ignored the initial criticism, it likely would have faded away. Instead, she turned herself into the internet's favorite punching bag. This scandal represents more than just one star's meltdown. It signals a fundamental shift in celebrity culture. Audiences today crave authenticity over airbrushed perfection. they can spot PR spin from miles away and have zero patience for the old playbook of legal threats and media manipulation. Blake's missteps reveal how out of touch Hollywood's elite can be with the current cultural moment. Her team was fighting the last war, using tactics that might have worked a decade ago but now only invite more scrutiny. As the lawsuit continues to unravel, Blake faces increasingly limited options. Dropping the case would be an admission of defeat, but continuing risks making her look even more unhinged. The classic celebrity apology tour seems unlikely to work at this stage. The damage is too deep, the mockery too widespread. Meanwhile, Reynolds faces his own reckoning. His aviation gin brand is struggling, the Deadpool hype is fading, and his regular guy persona has begun to ring hollow. This scandal may well be remembered as the moment their carefully constructed image came crashing down. The lessons for other celebrities are clear. In 2024, you can't bully the internet into submission. Legal threats only amplify criticism rather than silence it. Audiences now demand accountability rather than blind adoration. Most importantly, authenticity trumps perfection every time. Blake wanted to control the narrative, but in doing so, she became the narrative, and in today's digital age, that's a mistake from which few celebrities fully recover. The irony is rich. The star who tried to sue her way out of bad press has instead cemented her place in internet infamy. As for the rest of Hollywood, they're watching closely and hopefully learning the most valuable lesson of all. Sometimes the best response is no response at all.
What they're saying is stupid. They're putting in this piece, Popcorn Planet and Candace have been covering this lawsuit, and they have not been favorable to Blake Lively. Okay, so something must be hidden, because they still believe that the public is still stupid to comprehend what's happening here. This is effectively a PR strategy. Of course, we are going to say, we're not giving up all the people that gave us information. She knows that I have a campaign happening against you now. Yeah, we all read your words. We read your messages, we read your Khaleesi Dragons, and we're kind of sick any time before you filed your lawsuit, but you are not getting access to 10,000 emails for your fishing expedition so you can find out who leaked to me.
The glittering facade of Blake Lively's perfect Hollywood life has shattered into a million pieces. And what's revealed beneath is a cautionary tale for the digital age. This isn't just another celebrity scandal, it's a masterclass in how not to handle fame in 2024. Where the court of public opinion holds more power than any legal team money can buy. The story begins with what should have been a minor PR hiccup, but through a series of spectacular miscalculations, has snowballed into a career-defining catastrophe that's rewriting the rules of celebrity image management. When the first negative stories about Blake's behavior on set began circulating last year, her team responded with the standard playbook, carefully placed counterstories in friendly outlets, a heartwarming Instagram post showing her with crew members, and the usual anonymous quotes about how everyone loves working with her. But something had changed in the cultural landscape. The old tricks weren't working like they used to. The more her PR machine pushed back, the harder the internet pushed forward. TikTok videos analyzing her allegedly diva-like behavior went viral. Twitter threads dissected every awkward interview moment. YouTube commentators built entire channels around exposing the real Blake Lively. Most stars would have ridden out the storm or taken a strategic break from the spotlight. But Blake, accustomed to controlling every pixel of her public image, made the fatal mistake of taking it personally. Sources close to the actress describe her as obsessively reading every comment and constantly refreshing search results about herself. This unhealthy fixation led to the decision that would define her downfall: filing a $50 million lawsuit alleging a coordinated smear campaign by internet trolls, rival celebrities, and even former colleagues. The legal documents read like paranoid fan fiction, naming everyone from Candace Owens to a college student in Iowa who had made a viral TikTok about Blake's haircare line. The suit claimed these disparate voices were all part of an elaborate conspiracy to destroy her career. Legal experts
AI
immediately raised eyebrows at the flimsy evidence and shockingly broad definitions of what constituted defamation. First,
so I don't think it's
amendment
ready
attorneys
yet,
called
at
it one of
least
the most
from what I've
constitutionally
seen, to
dubious
actually
celebrity
provide
lawsuits in
truly
recent memory.
That if you're going to subpoena people, you're going to need messages that took place before you filed the lawsuit saying that it already happened. But look at like the women that say that they are feminists and that they love women actually treat other women like crap. And Blake Lively is known to say, I'm a feminist. She's using that as an argument in this lawsuit. And she treated this journalist Like, I mean, it's just something I've noticed. These modern feminists are mean to other women. So I covered it, 5 minutes of all of 2024. And she thinks that I was part of some inside baseball smear campaign against her. I mean, this is wacky.
But the real fireworks began when Blake's team made their second critical error, leaking news of the subpoenas to TMZ before they were officially served. This backroom media strategy, standard operating procedure in Hollywood for decades, exploded in their faces when Candace Owens exposed the tactic on her show. They wanted to control the narrative, Owens told her millions of followers. But they forgot we don't play by their rules anymore. What followed was a masterclass in Digilodge counterspin, as Owens livestreamed her response to the subpoena, mocking its overreach line by line. The discovery process became a public spectacle as more details emerged about the breathtaking scope of Blake's demands. Her legal team sought every text, email, and DM mentioning her name from dozens of defendants going back to 2015. Full access to private Discord servers and Reddit threads, financial records to prove conspiratorial funding of the alleged smear campaign of metadata from Instagram posts that had tagged her beauty brand. Legal analysts were stunned by the overreach. This isn't a lawsuit, it's a digital witch hunt, remarked UCLA law professor Eugene Volokh. She's essentially demanding the internet turn itself inside out because some people don't like her. The backlash was immediate and brutal. Memes comparing Blake to paranoid dictators flooded social media. Late-night hosts had a field day with the subpoenas for shampoo talk. Even normally celebrity-friendly outlets like People magazine ran skeptical pieces about the case's merits. As the lawsuit faltered, more damaging stories emerged that Blake had hoped to suppress. The viral video of her berating a young journalist resurfaced with millions of new views. Former co-workers came forward with stories about difficult behavior. The gossip blogs Blake had tried to silence now feasted on fresh meat, publishing every unflattering anecdote they could verify. The most surprising element of this saga has been Ryan Reynolds' complete absence from the fray. The actor who built his brand on being always on, always funny has gone radio silent. Industry insiders suggest this is strategic. His team reportedly sees this as Blake's mess and wants maximum distance. But the damage to their carefully crafted power couple brand may already be irreversible. Sponsorship deals are quietly being reconsidered, and studio executives are reportedly nervous about casting Blake in upcoming projects. What makes this scandal particularly fascinating is how perfectly it encapsulates the shifting power dynamics between celebrities and the public. The old model where stars could control their images through friendly media outlets and legal intimidation is crumbling. In its place is a more democratic, more chaotic system where viral moments and community verdicts matter more than PR spin. Blake's fatal error was failing to recognize this new reality, instead doubling down on tactics that only work when the public agrees to play along. Financial analysts estimate the debacle has already cost the couple tens of millions in lost endorsements and future earnings potential. More damaging still is the erosion of their most valuable asset, the perception that they're different from other Hollywood elites. That carefully cultivated image of being in on the joke has been replaced by the ugly reality of thin-skinned privilege.
I found out from TMZ literally 2 hours ago that I have been subpoenaed. I'm not crying, you're crying. You were a bad person. Truly, that from the bottom of my heart. I think you and Ryan are bad people. There is nobody involved. Nobody has ever been involved in making me. Candace Owens and Andy Senior have all been subpoenaed to turn over any and all communications with Justin Baldoni and Wayfarer parties. She knows for a fact that we are not going to allow her to have access to every text message and email pertaining to her and Ryan Reynolds and Wayfarer Studios because she watched me lie.
As the case limps forward, legal experts predict it will either be quietly dropped or dismissed with prejudice. But the cultural impact will linger far longer. Marketing professors are already using it as a case study in how not to handle digital age PR crises. Internet historians see it as a watershed moment when old Hollywood finally collided with new media and lost. The lessons for other celebrities are clear. In 2024, you can't sue your way back to public affection. The harder you try to control the narrative, the more it controls you. And perhaps most importantly, when everyone is a potential content creator, everyone is a potential critic. The genie won't go back in the bottle. For Blake, the path forward is murky. A sincere public apology might help, but the internet never forgets. A prolonged hiatus could work, but in today's rapid-fire news cycle, who knows what the landscape will look like when she returns. One thing's certain, the Blake Lively who emerges from this scandal won't be the same one who entered it. The perfect princess image is gone forever, replaced by something more complicated, more human, and infinitely more interesting. Whether that's a tragedy or an opportunity depends entirely on what she does next. As for the rest of Hollywood, they're watching closely, adjusting strategies, and quietly thanking their publicists that it wasn't them. Because in today's digital coliseum, no celebrity is more than one bad decision away from their own public reckoning. The rules have changed, the power has shifted. And Blake Lively's spectacular faceplant may well be remembered as the moment the entertainment industry finally understood that the old playbook is dead. The question now is, who will write the new one?